Tachin kora chitab kalenjin logoiwek emet cheitun kometetut noton nebo Kass Mashinani lomoche sikebe en inguni akoi county noton nebo Kisii ole miten en keberatan CS noton nebo ribetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen ole en inguni ng'oldos alake en kandoik ak ribetab kalyet en county inoton. Ingenyorun logoiwek choton tinyegei ak ribetab kalyet kobun tetut noton nebo Jukwaa la Usalama.
And especially now. We are deeply honored by your presence, sir. Knowing how busy your statue is, your feast today demonstrates government's commitment and care for the field officers, sir. We sincerely thank the government for the efforts made to maintain peace and security across the country, including regions Plon and Climb Pantry. We also appreciate the provision of the new uniform, sir, through our regional officers, which has uplifted morale and strengthened of the image of administration. And if you can look today, we look more smarter than the other days back, sir. Honorable CS, allow me to highlight some of the challenges we continue to face. Number one, stagnation in promotions and delayed salary adjustments. Many chiefs and assistant chiefs have remained in one position for over 2 decades without promotions. Even those who were promoted 2 or 3 years ago are yet to receive their light salary increments, including me. This has affected morale despite the tireless services we are doing, sir. Number 2, security concerns. Chiefs and assistant chiefs face serious security threats. Some have been attacked by criminals and even sustained injuries while carrying their duties. We therefore request that the government provide adequate security personnel and, where necessary, arms for protection during service delivery. Number 3, sir, lack of officers and adequate facilities. Many chiefs operate from rented rooms and even from their own homes due to a lack of official officers. We humbly request that government to provide proper officers for all chiefs and assistant chiefs in Kisii County and the whole nation to ensure dignity and efficiency in service delivery, sir. Number 4, housing for security officers. By the way, sir, our security officers are doing good work, but there is a problem. In most of our sub-counties, there are public lands available, but there are no funds to build houses for police officers. Like the sub-county of Nyamach, we are having public lands, but money to build offices for police officers, houses for police officers. That's our request, sir. If houses could be constructed, officers could live closer to wananchi, enhancing security and trust with community. Currently, the Inspector General is withdrawing police patrol bases that were established in private lands. This will lead to increase in crime. So we therefore, sir, request you that those patrol bases to be relocated to public lands. Number 5, financial constraints. Chiefs continue to face financial challenges in executing their duties. We therefore request that the IE allocation be increased for chiefs from 29 to 50. That is humble request, sir, but it is not a rule from chiefs, but it is a request. And for assistant chiefs, from 14 to 30. And also, sir, granaders have waited for their token for so long, as it was promised. You also look upon them. And this will enable chiefs to enable chiefs and assistant chiefs, effective service delivery, and smooth learning for administration at the grassroots, sir. Honorable CS, despite these challenges, we want to assure you today. We want to assure you today that despite these challenges, we want to assure you that Ngao's officers will remain full support of Kenya Kwanza government under the able leadership of His Excellency President Dr. William Samoei Ruto. We are committed for serving diligently, upholding peace, and fostering development in every corner in Kisii, Excellency, and beyond. We also requested that our Honorable CS from Kisii County, as we are seated here, that you convey our warm greetings to His Excellency the President and assure him of full support as he continues to develop the country of Kenya, sir. With these few remarks, we thank you once again for your feast and listening to our concerns. May God bless you. May God bless our beloved country, Kenya, and all of you. Thank you, sir.
Mbona mko na uchoyo na makofi? Asante sana, Madam Jane. So next we go to the ACCs and we start with Josephat Gatuma.
Asante sana, Madam RC. Saa mimi ni Gatuma ACC Etago. Nitasema tu si mengi sana kwa sababu mengi yameguziwa, but I want to limit myself to a more strategic issues that affect us in our areas of operation. Ya kwanza saa, sisi ni watoto wako na unajua your success will be measured by our success. If we succeed, you succeed. Equally saa, as ACCs we supervise our assistant chiefs and chiefs. Now, their success will measure our success. And we are concerned around their well-being because we've noted a gap. The gap is on the induction of newly appointed chiefs and assistant chiefs. Saa hawa watu wanakaa, unaona mtu ameappointiwa assistant chief, anakuja kwangu, nampatia barua, namuweka kwa chief mwenzake hapo, namwambia enda ufunze yeye kazi. Sasa wanafunzana huko, hatujui hii haijapakejiwa vizuri, wanafunzana, sijui wanafunzana namna gani, and that's why there is a gap. Ila maneno umesikia hapa, hata unapata kuna madharau kidogo na askari, ni kwa sababu the officers askari who are well inducted and trained wanadeal na chief mwenye si well inducted or trained. Kwa hivyo tunaomba kwa heshima, chiefs and assistant chiefs wawe inducted within their first year of appointment. Na ikiwezekana saa ikuwe devolved at the county and or the regional level. Why saa? Kwa sababu tunajua there are specific issues which affect specific regions. Kama sasa in your opening remarks you mentioned about gender issues and land issues. There are key issues in Kisii County. Na kwa hivyo tungependa when the chiefs are being inducted, specifically iwe tailored around those issues, gender issues and land issues. On the same time, tungeomba kwa heshima kama itawezekana, you promised that ngapu inakuja, bado tunasubiri, our mobility hiyo tunasubiri, tunajua inakuja, lakini tungeomba hao officers wa ngapu wanapokuja, ikiwezekana we have well-trained officers who can man gender desk at the DCC's office. Ili hii maneno ya gender pia iwe effectively addressed at the sub-county level. On the same wavelength, tungependekeza saa pia tungependekeza tuwe na GAO officers, ACCs, chiefs and assistant chiefs who are specifically trained for gender and land matters. Ili wapelekwe tu ka training mzuri. It is so that they can handle those matters at the grassroots levels. Ya pili saa, we have what we call the youth and the digital space. We are having a gap there. Na sijui tutafanya nini strategically, but I heard Madam Kass say that we have our planning officer here. Tungeomba tuwe na mpangilio mzuri ambao uta address our engagement with the youth, the Gen Z and now the upcoming Alpha, the Gen Alphas. Wawe well engaged kwa sababu they engage in the digital space. Kwa hivyo there is a gap between us. Na unasikia chiefs and assistant chief na sisi pia tumelalamika maneno ya hii ongezwe kidogo. Kwa sababu unakuta chief ametumia over 3,000, kama mimi natumia about 5,000 on network. Kwa hivyo sasa unapata hiyo inafinya hiyo ya hii kidogo. Kwa hivyo iongezwe ndio tuweze at least to reach out to that space. It is an important space at this era.
Noton ko tuyet nebo jukwaa la usalama ole miten emetab raini CS noton nebo ribetab kalyet en emet orit Kinosmas Kipchumba Murkomen en county noton nebo Kisii. Niton ko rutoito noton nebo county 39 en nguni chekomurutechi kobun tetutiet noton nebo jukwaa la usalama ole beljingei komuch konai missing koleu ribetab kalyet ak missing ko tetutikab bandaptai chesuldaen serikali en counties. En betutab amut komuch koit tuyet President Dr. William Samoei Ruto en kibagenge ak kandoik choton chemiten en sekta noton nebo kabatisyetab chaik oret agenge nebo kikimit kabatisyonoton ak missing konyorunen keljin kabatik.
Today you are going to walk away with a check of 2.65 billion for your farmers. Si namna hiyo? What has happened in this sector of yours? In 2022, our average price per kilo was about 51 shillings. Today, by last year, the average price is 64 shillings per green leaf in tea. Our total exports of tea, as I told you, was 138. Last year, tumefika 215. My push, and I have told the tea board, I have told the minister here, our push is that we must get our tea from where we are today. We must push it to 270, 280 billion by 2027. And there are certain things we have to do. You know very well the numbers Kirundi there knows. Made tea, we had 500 and almost 35 kilos in 2022. By last year, we were at 598 million kilos. We need to push two things: value addition. It is the reason why Parliament passed the law to remove taxes on packaging material. As a result, we already have 5 companies that are setting up in Kenya to begin the process of value addition and processing. Already we have licensed 5 new companies into Kenya. Our plan is to make sure that as we make progress into the future, we are selling, as chairman here said, more processed tea. More processed tea, more orthodox tea. That is the future. That is how we are going to raise 270 billion by 2027. We have a plan. The minister here is very well briefed on what he needs to do. We are opening up new markets. China has just lifted all tariffs that were on Kenyan tea, coffee, and agricultural products. We had a big delegation from China here. I called the people from KTD and all the other people so that we agree how are we going to approach the Chinese market. how are we going to bring more people from China to come and work with us to process our tea so that we keep the jobs here, we keep value here, and export our tea to China. China is a market of 1 billion people, 1.4. So we can create a big market out of it. The minister knows what to do. I have done my bit. I have opened the market. I'm willing to do more. We signed in Japan the same thing.
We have worked very closely with Parliament in the processes, not just in this particular process, but in revitalizing agriculture as a whole. When it came to the budget period, we worked very closely to ensure that farmers are supported. You will recall, Your Excellency, that we decided that packaging material for tea packers was going to be zero rated. There will be no tax on packaging material so that our farmers can be able to add value and create jobs for our youth. And it is in a manner of speaking, it is what we want to do to digitize and bring youth into agriculture. And you, Your Excellency, I would like everybody here to know that in the cabinet meetings that we had, you drove very hard that idea of removing taxes so that farmers can benefit. Your Excellency, at the same time, the chairman alluded to the issue of marketing. At the same time, Your Excellency, you have ordered me to ensure that we are opening new markets, we are talking to new companies, we are looking for new uses of tea, particularly, so that our farmers never have bulk tea in Mombasa. You remember that the instruction you gave me right behind me is that first we clear the bulk tea that was sitting in Mombasa. And to a large extent we did. But of course, new tea keeps on coming in. And I'm grateful to the Kenya Tea Development Authority, as well as the Tea Board of Kenya, because they too have worked closely together to ensure that the tasks that you have set forth for us are achieved and achieved in good time. Your Excellency, in that area of marketing, you are aware that we have had some challenges. For example, in the area of selling our orthodox tea to Iran. And you know the problems that we have been having in that area. But I'm also glad to report to you, Your Excellency, that working very closely with the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, and his Ministry in Foreign Affairs, we have engaged very intensely the government of Iran so that they can open the doors. Within 60 days, we are in the last meeting, because their Minister for Agriculture was here, and we agreed that within the next 60 days, we will try and resolve whatever pending issues we have so that we can once again open the Iran tea, so that our tea can begin to sell. And they particularly are looking for orthodox tea. And as you know, a lot of the companies represented here are also investing in orthodox tea, because orthodox tea will fetch higher prices than regular tea. And for that, again, we are grateful. Simultaneously, Your Excellency, the development of tea has largely been funded by exchequer amounts. And you and I will agree that sometimes there's a delay or not forthcoming with the exchequer amounts. Consequently, through Parliament, we want to finish the regulations regarding the issue of funding of tea research and other activities in tea through the new act which is going to come, so that a bit of the money that we are going to get can fetch from ourselves via small levies, so that we can have our own money to develop these new crops and new varieties that our farmers need, so that they can also increase productivity per unit and productivity per tree, so that we can increase the quality of tea. Your Excellency, without much ado, what I would like simply to summarize is as follows. We are determined to do a number of things. One is to increase the quality of tea. This hawking business, Your Excellency, you and I have shared this, the hawking business must come to an end. It is the only way that we can ensure that the quality of tea remains at how it is known across the world. In my last week's visit to the United States, Your Excellency, the key thing that is out there in the US market is that the Kenya tea is of very high quality. Very high quality. And anybody even suggesting at that meeting that there were hawkers in Kenya, I was almost denying. Because that would threaten the image that we have of good quality Kenya tea. So we intend to stop completely any hawking of tea. Secondly, the picking of tea in my various visits across the various tea factories that are represented here, we have confirmed that we will go no more than 2 buds, 2 leaves and a bud, 2 leaves and a bud, 2 leaves and a bud. And we have agreed, although we have been to some places and seen almost a branch, but that's a story that we want to finish.
Hamjambo. Mine is very short. I am a farmer from the west of the Rift. One of our biggest problems in the west is hawking. Hawking is killing the tea industry. A lot of our farms have got a lot of tea. In the
Yekisztenge noton kebendi en nguni county noton nebo Narok oldatat kikochi title deeds biik chemeng'isie en mbaret noton nebo Kaplelach en sub county nebo Narok amalo kou ole kiyomis president nebo emoni meng'ichoton. Kamwa gavana nebo county noton nebo Narok Patrick Ole Ntutu kong'ololi en komosta nebo Sagamian ward en sub county nebo Narok amalo en tuyet nekoindochin, komwa ine kole kikochin title deeds meng'ichoton ko kakwautiet nebo kisuldaen kayomiset noton nekikon president William Ruto nekimwochi meng'ichoton kole kikomeng'is en kasarta nekoi ako kurutechi ak familia ana komuch icheket koborenjigei mandoi icheket title deeds. Kosubkei ak Gavana Ntutu kobitu imanda en pcheitaetab mbaranoton ole kikochin chi agetugul title deeds konamgei ak mbaret nenyinet.
Wakaaji wa Sagamian miaka nenda miaka rudi, na hiyo ni shamba ambayo mnaita shamba ya Chelugwe. Na kama mjuavyo, kama viongozi wenyu vile wamesema, niliposikia vizuri hii shamba iko namna gani, ilianza namna gani, mimi mwenyewe nikaamua hii mambo ya kotini, hii njia tunapita hatuwezi faulu. Kwa sababu mtu akishashika title deed, kumnyang'anya yeye ni ngumu, na kutoa wananchi kwa shamba ambayo wanaishi ni ngumu. Sasa mpaka tutafute plan B. Na hii maneno viongozi wanakuja wanadanganya wewe, nitakupea pesa kidogo uende kotini, uende kotini. Wakili wanataka tu kukula pesa. Sasa nikaamua mimi mwenyewe ndachukua hiyo jukumu. Na kwa sababu kuna officers ambayo tulituma na PS wa lands, wakati mnakumbuka rais alipokuja pale Sogo, alizungumzia hii mambo ya hii shamba ya Chelugwe, na tukaongea pia ile ingine ya Mau effective. Sasa hii mambo ya shamba ya Chelugwe, mimi nashukuru sana familia ya Chelugwe kupitia wale ambayo ni administrators. Kuna Nancy Kirui na wale mandugu zake, kwa sababu nimekaa na yeye na hawa siku nyingi na tukakubaliana ya kwamba hii shamba tukishamaliza sisi kulipa kama serikali yetu kuu, tutakuja kuhakikisha ya kwamba tuna settle wale watu. Na kazi hapa ni rahisi sana. Hakuna mtu anatolewa kwa shamba yake, tunakukatia hapo, tunakupea title deed yako. Kama uko na eka 2, tunakupea hiyo eka 2. Si kila mtu anajua bali anaishi. Si nikupitia tu na ile mashini ya watu. Na kama uko na robo yaka, tunakupea hiyo robo yaka. Shule tunapea shamba yake. Hii kazi itaisha namna hiyo. Iko mtu ameifanya namna hiyo? Ndio tunasema kwa serikali ya William Samoei Ruto kutoka juu mpaka wapi? Bas, na hii maneno yanakwisha. So wapi huyu former MCA Wesley? Na wapi MCA wangu? Kujeni hapa nyinyi wawili hapa. Nataka leo maneno ya hii chamba tukumaliza kabisa. Hii wanaume wawili kwa kweli wamenisumbua. Hawanipai nilale. Na ni mzuri kwa sababu napenda viongozi ambao wanafuatilia hii shamba. Na washukuru. Tafadhalini sasa tuongelesha watu wetu, kwa sababu nyinyi ndio viongozi, mko kwa ground, ya kwamba sitaki mtu yote anaongelesha mambo ya hii shamba. Wacha serikali wamalize, tukuje kwa shamba, tuangalie nani hako, tuwakatie. Mimi shida yangu ni kuleta rais hapa akuja pene title. Haya, mketi tafadhali. Haya, very good, very good. Sasa hao wakikubaliana, si maneno inakuwa mzuri ama namna gani? Na mnapenda hii wanaume.
Watu walikuwa wamekatazwa ati hawawezi limiwa mabarabara ati kwa sababu hii shamba ilikuwa ya mtu mwingine. Lakini huyu governor hakuuliza hiyo shamba iko na title ama haina title, akaanza kubomoa mabarabara mpaka hapa. Huyu governor wakati wengine walikuwa na nyima mashule ijengwe, akaenda akaanzisha shule huko juu. Ile kazi umeanzisha na ni miaka 2 tu peke yake. Ya pili ni ile settlement ya watu ambao walitolewa kwa Mau. That is why we love you, that is why we like you. Ya tatu ni hii shamba ya Kablela ya Cheluget yenye umeisettle, umeagree na president. Hawa watu hiyo familia walipiwe pesa, hawa watu wapewe title. That is why we will give you our total support. Ya mwisho ni kwa mabarabara, kwa mashule, kwa mahospitali, hata mahospitali mingi.
Chitab Kalenjin hasame en nguni amuten en kamungan watsegweg ketesta loya bemit.